Just leave the music to us.
Yeah, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Player Matchup Podcast. Back another week. We got Howie,
What's going on with y'all? Praise Opon.
DTV,
Yo,
and Kasson.
Like, what's going on? Black Lives Matter.
Black lives do matter. And this week,
why are you so far back when you said "and"?
okay, I don't know why I had to.
He had to hit that drawback.
Yeah. But
And
a lot of shit happened. Whole lot of shit went on. It was actually not a podcast last week, and I apologize for that. Kind of felt like
I was dying. I had to get revived.
yeah, we'll
I
go
came
with
back to
that.
life.
I don't know what the fuck got going on last week, but it was more pressing.
But before we get
Niggas Niggas ain't in Spain like me.
no, you a permanent resident. We know
Niggas ain't in
that.
Spain like me. Different.
shut the fuck up with this.
Cause I'm built different.
I'm on my way to get my passport book. I'm gonna be right there with you.
Fuck.
But no, a whole lot of bullshit happened. But I want to get into the topic that we were supposed to talk about last week, but didn't have the time to, and that was a retrospective on Battlefront 2. And
Vatalahoog.
this is kind of like near and dear to me because I played Battlefront 2 since it was released in 2017, and I love the game since its release. And I know that the game had a lot of problems, for some people, unforgivable problems.
A fly motherfucker boss stalling people out.
Yeah, it's not even that. It's not even with the heroes in the game. It was the practices and shit that was going on when the game came out, and I can
The
understand
game
that.
sucked.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
I
said,
remember
yeah,
when
you
I remember when that shit came out, and I think I forgot it for like a couple days, and then returned that shit, put the shit right back.
You return. Wanna make a return?
I remember
That shit was everything was locked.
It
Oh,
was
yeah.
okay. The when the game came out, I remember you had to unlock the hero characters, which didn't take that long. Really, that wasn't really the big problem with the game. The biggest problem was the loot boxes and the fact that everything that you need to make your regular soldiers better, the reinforcements better, to make the hero characters better, were locked behind loot boxes or a payable in-game currency. And the very big problem with that is these cards, like super buff characters, they would increase your grenade radius, they would increase the damage that grenades would do. If you had like a turret that you can throw down, it would like speed up the lock-on rate of it. So like,
You had cooldowns sometimes too. I remember that quick.
yeah, so
Cooldowns.
all these cards that severely buffed like every character in the game were locked behind loot boxes and or real money. And you guys can, like, even if you didn't play the game, you can see where the fucking problem is. It's like it's a pay-to-win game. You paid $60, and then you had to pay even more if you wanted to keep up with everybody else.
They thought they was slick with it though. No, sir.
Yeah. Needless to say, the game didn't do very well on release. I don't know how well it sold. I'm pretty sure it sold well because it was a Star Wars game. But
No, it didn't actually.
Yeah.
it didn't.
No, that
Wow.
it
That's
caused a lot
crazy.
of problems and
What other games were coming out during that time?
2017. Well, I mean, I know a Call of Duty came out. Call of Duty come out every year.
Yeah.
But no, it was a
Oh,
shit show.
wow.
The game was a total shit show. And the reason why I was like, I never defended what they did because I knew what they did was wrong. They received a lot of shit for it, a lot of heat in the media. But Battlefront 2 is like, to me, they're the only developer that I've seen actually like make a comeback
what?
with a game that has done like that. I said me. I don't know. You might have your own experiences with games like that, but me personally is the only one I've seen do that.
No
They
Man's
have
Sky.
been down. I didn't play that game. I didn't even
Culture.
know that happened. So, but they have been down that bad. Literally, like people signing petitions to fucking get them burned down, like the studio fucking trashed and all that. Like,
you see that picture the developer posted? It's like 2 years ago you started a petition to close our servers. Now you started wanting to keep them up. What do you want?
He posted that. He was like, no, he basically replied to it. It's like, oh, the petition to continue support for Battlefront 2. And he was like, this is cute, but 2 years ago, you guys had double the numbers that are on this position, like for the opposite effect. So it's like, these petitions are not going to work. This is cute, but you're not doing anything here. But yeah, anyway, I played the game from the start and I felt bad because even with all of that bullshit going on, the game was really fun to play. And I almost felt really bad for enjoying the game because of all this shit that was in it. Like, did I like the loot box shit? No, I didn't like that. I didn't like any of the pay to win stuff like that. But I still kept on playing the game because I loved it. It was a fun ass game to play. It was a Star Wars game and there was no other Star Wars game out like it. And still there's no Star Wars game out like it.
Everyone could agree that game. The game was shit when it came out. I was crushing.
Still is.
I put that shit back. I put the shit right. Like I said, I would turn that shit real quick. The game stopped.
I remember
Right.
that. And it was fucked up because I would try to get my friends to play the game, like Howie said, like, and you guys and people wouldn't play it. I would tell people that this game is fun. They wouldn't play it because all this shit was going on.
It also had the worst fucking servers. Like, we were just rubber banding all the time.
Kassan,
Are you sure?
Kassan, you wanna?
Sorry, my OG walked in.
Someone out here
Real
making
quick.
ice.
What was I
Yeah, that ice.
What was I saying?
Was loud.
I can't
forget
think
the
what
garlic
traffic came out, but it improved over time.
Cutting people off.
It did. It improved. And I remember, and I was so fucking happy when it did improve. The improvements for the game were fucking substantial. They were phenomenal. Like, it was
Yeah, they added squads after 12 months.
They added squads, which is great.
The Battlefield developer.
Well,
I just want to say I didn't play for the improvement. I played for the bad part, and I was dissatisfied.
yeah, I understand that. Like I said, for some people, it was very unforgivable. Cause what was their main issue with the game? Was it the loot boxes?
Motherfuckers was OP, bro. It was one of the maps. It wasn't loot boxes. I never carried out. I just earned shit. But like, I remember we was playing Heroes vs Villains one time, and it would just be like fucking Bosk and Palpatine sitting in like a corner, and you can't get there because they would just bomb shit, and Bosk would just be healing niggas and damaging people, and Palpatine is zapping you.
Bro, I almost forgot about that. The changes to the modes too. So, for you guys that don't know, Heroes vs Villains, which is a very good mode in the game, one of my favorite modes in the game that I play now. When the game released, the way you won Heroes vs Villains is one person on each team would be a target, and you had to just kill that person to earn a point. Everybody else on the map didn't.
Wait, did they change it?
Yeah.
Because I remember it was me and you playing that. It was just us. And when I came back, like whatever this year, whatever, play a bit with you guys, I thought we were just playing a different mode.
No, it's the same mode. They just changed the objective. Now in Heroes vs Villains, it's just basically team deathmatch. It's just the first person to get the first team to get 35 kills wins. And that's it.
I legit thought we were playing a different mode.
No.
You're retarded.
That's
how. It's a different mode.
Yeah, it is. It is. That was so shit. And Kassan is right. There were people who would play Boba Fett and fly around the whole map, like the whole match, and
you
would
can't
never
catch
be
them.
able to kill them. Yeah,
They just throwing rockets at you from the sky and shit.
Or like he said, they would pick boss. They would hide in a certain part of the map, and it was trash. It made the mode like not fun to play.
Eventually, they balanced it though. You know, or kinda. You know, it's still not balanced, but.
They changed it.
As people who are certified high-level players.
God.
Here's your villain. It's like long dick a little bit.
Such as yourself?
No. How are you thinking that when you can't even play half the cast?
Lightsaber only, you know?
Wait, hold on. Before we keep going. Wait, Howie, hold on, wait. Kassan, can you please stop making that noise with the ice in the cup?
Yeah.
My bad.
Thank you.
I'm just drinking.
This nigga sipping apparently. sipping on apple
Yeah,
juice.
it's hot. Body sweating and shit.
You need to get a straw or something, bro.
I'm using a straw.
Wants to get that little bitch.
You know, slip that shit through the cheeks at least or something.
You gotta finish some vitamins for you, huh? You goof motherfucker.
I go ahead. What was you saying?
You said
I
goof
don't know, I
grease?
forgot. Yeah, I forgot what the fuck I was saying.
How he was calling himself a high level player. Me and Kassan were saying you're
Can only
not.
play lightsabers. Basically.
I'm a high level lightsaber player.
How over here playing
Self-proclaimed.
20% of the game.
Self-proclaimed high level player.
Mana can tell you because I be fucking going in.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, and then getting killed.
Nah, that shit changed. That shit changed.
Oh, you saying that's cap? That's what you saying?
It's cat.
So
I
that
just
footage
died
we got,
right now, bro.
that footage we got is cap. That's what you saying?
He said that footage.
You should make like a compilation of like times how he goes in and just put like superhero music, Superman music over it.
Yo, imagine if that was a drinking game. Holy fuck, we'd be destroyed.
Howie would have been
I
dead.
don't put my cape. I don't put my cape on. I put my robes on.
He would have died. He would have couldn't play it.
Tragedy struck young Harrison.
They wouldn't have been able to take it.
Would that be considered suicide?
I think it would be like assisted manslaughter. I don't know what you call that.
But anyway, back to Battlefront 2. The game received many improvements. I don't know if they had planned to do paid DLC from the start of the game, but if they did, they completely scrapped that and say, "Hey, listen, we're gonna be giving you everything for free."
They said beforehand everything was gonna be free.
Okay.
So why did they bring the DLC, the loot boxes and shit in?
That was
because that's how you make money off of. That's how you make money.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, you can't make a game selling for $60. Well, is not enough.
You can just do cosmetics though.
But how? Okay, so
that makes sense, Kassan, but
people gonna buy
matter.
cosmetics.
Well, you're saying that DTV, but the game was still supported for over 2 years without that.
Yeah, because they had to at that point.
Yeah.
Who would want to buy the next DICE game if they released a $60 game then killed it off within minutes, hours?
I remember that. I remember
days.
Star Wars, like the official Star Wars accounts were telling people that they were disappointed with EA and stuff like that, and it was looking like EA wasn't going to be able to make any more Star Wars games.
Yeah, Disney had to step in too.
I have failed you.
You remember
was
that?
Crazy.
The CEO of Disney, Bob Iger, had to call fucking EA. And he's like, "Hey,
get your shit together.
What
man.
you doing?
Fuck on my money, man.
My product.
You know who I am? Fucking with the heavyweight.
Name something. I already own it.
You? Yep.
Yeah.
That type of rich is scary because it's like
It is.
They have.
Next thing you know, the owner of Amazon about to come with this bitch. Oh, really?
Richest man on earth.
Yo, somebody's gonna have to assassinate him if he gets a monopoly.
Yo, Kassan, can you send me one of those swords?
For protection.
You gonna cut him?
I'm a fucking
fight him for his.
I'm gonna cut that motherfucker Julianne style on the spot.
Julian.
Fight him for his riches. Dueling.
For his wares.
But no, I remember
they had to save face with that.
They did.
Like with No Man's Sky. No Man's Sky, like when that released,
They
like
got
that.
a really bad rep.
Yeah, but like they could have, like, like money wise, they could have just been like, all right, we're done with this. We're gonna make something new. They had the money to do that, but they wouldn't have sold anything on that next game because everyone would have been like, what the fuck is this?
I don't really feel like it.
They're like, you fucked us over in the last game. Suck my dick.
That's like Division 1. It was like, hey, you can play this game, but you know, half of it is locked behind DLC you haven't made yet. So, have fun.
My dick, my dick.
And the next one's like, hey, we make a new game.
My dick.
We're gonna support this one actually. I was like, yeah, nah, I'm good. I bought the first one. I'm just one already. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm not buying. Just fuck that shit. I was so happy to return that game.
You hated everything about it. Like, you hated just the cover system for some reason.
Guy,
no,
bro.
it wasn't that. It was just like, yo, this is so boring. Like this is.
He was upset.
That Division 1 is like a boring ass game. It's like if they made Destiny and then took all the cool out of it, that's a Division. That's exactly what the Division is.
I thought it was pretty cool. I like Dark Zone was fun. No griefing and shit, killing, taking
Yeah.
people.
Dark Zone monies.
That fucking that shit.
Alright.
It was the funnest shit. That was a tangent. So
Okay, but no, I
But
remember.
yeah, Battlefront 2, yeah, that shit sucks still.
No, it doesn't. I remember every stage of change. I remember when they announced, and I was like, yo, like, I was like, whew, when they said they taking everything out, I was like, all you motherfuckers who stopped playing the game because of this. I'm like, we want you back. We need you back. And I was trying to preach to everybody to play Battlefront 2. And it still sucked because that shit left such a bad taste in a lot of people's mouths. That like,
people that were on This Is 50, you told them about it?
Yeah, those people. And they like,
Mm-hmm.
they didn't want to play it. But then eventually they started releasing more characters, and I was fucking gassed about that. I was like, oh, we getting all these Clone War characters. We getting fucking Obi-Wan, Count Dooku, Grievous, Anakin, nigga. Like, and we getting a new map.
Did they ever put the Droidekas in the game?
Yeah, the Droidekas are in the game.
I remember that was like a big thing. They showed that on like one of the, wasn't that like E3 one year?
No.
But yeah, people were disappointed with the amount of characters in the game as well when it released, and there were definitely things in there that should have been there at launch, and there's still some things that should be there that aren't in there now. But I'm pretty happy with what we got with Battlefront 2, and it's kind of a sad story. Like, they came such a long way. They had such a like harsh road. They put themselves in this place by putting all this bullshit in there in the beginning.
By shooting themselves in the foot.
Yeah, but they came back from that so hard, and the game is fun. The game is fucking fun to play. I mean, is there what was the mode? Conquest. Is there a conquest mode in the game? No. Should there be a conquest mode? Yes, obviously.
Yes.
I mean,
Well, we got Galactic Assault. That's similar, I guess.
yeah, we got Galactic Assault and we got Capital Supremacy, which are like the closest one out of those two is Capital Supremacy, but still, it's not Conquest. And I understand
Even
why.
then, like,
Battlefront's
The
fans-
main mode of the franchise ain't there.
What they really need for the competitive people and the people who just love Star Wars characters and just want to play solely as Star Wars characters and some of that infantry shit.
That's the whole point of
Battlefront,
Battlefront, though.
Yeah.
Well,
That's the
again,
thing.
I get that, but they say they need a competitor mode just for that shit. Or
They
I
do.
don't know, maybe hopefully if because my dream is that they make a legit fighting game for it.
Well,
And
they
the
do have
Fighting game.
smaller competitive modes in Battlefront 2. They have Blast, which is team deathmatch, and then they have objective-based game modes that are only like 6v6 or something like that.
CTF.
Like, yeah, it's like capture the flag. They have payload in the game. Payload is even in there. They have
Domination.
they have like basically any shooting game competitive mode you can think of. They have that in that objective-based mode, and it's only infantry. You can't pick any heroes or anything like that.
That's cool.
So yeah, it's in the game. But nobody plays those modes because that's not what people really play Battlefront for.
You don't play Battlefront to play as a regular droid, like you play as a hero or a villain.
Or just to
No,
play,
not
even
Battlefront.
that. Is
The Battlefront you play to play as a fucking. the
No,
people.
that's how you play it.
If I play it,
I
I
just
play it
play
for a
this
hero
like
or a
that.
villain.
You're not gonna tell me
I
that.
feel okay. The reason why I play Battlefront 2 is because I want to be a part of battles in the Star Wars universe. It's
That's
called
the
Battlefront.
point of Battlefront.
Yeah,
That's why people love those original games.
Yeah, that's why I fell in love with the original Battlefront 2 and the original Battlefront, and that's why I fell in love with the new Battlefront 2. I played like Galactic. I remember when Galactic Assault would be like the only mode everybody played, and I love that shit. I love playing that shit, seeing these epic battles. It feels like you're actually in the middle of a war, whether it be the Clone Wars, the Galactic Civil War, or fucking First Order versus the Resistance, whatever the fuck that war is called in the Star Wars universe. But like it feels like you're in the heart of that, in the middle of that always, and it's like feels so fucking good.
Yeah, dude. Geonosis is like the best fucking map.
Yeah, you
For that
feel
shit,
like you're in the
if you
Clone
want to
Wars.
call that Republic feel.
Yeah, the game's about large scale battles and you feeling like you're a part of that.
Yeah, which is
You're
why
an infantry.
Which is why I can understand why the conquest mode not being in there is very detrimental to a lot of people for the game. But I still say go play Battlefront 2. It was free last month. It's not free anymore, but the game is only like $20. And anywhere. It's on PlayStation, Xbox, PC, and I like the journey that they had. I think they came a long way. Do you guys feel the same? Do you guys feel different?
Yeah. But like I said, I only enjoy half the game. I mean, I think we should share, but to be honest, you're
I'd say 25%.
But that's how I was since I was a kid. Cause like when I was younger and I was going to like little like chill spots and shit, like clubs, play pool halls and shit, play pool. And me and my boys would all like have a copy on our PSP and just fuck all the original Battlefront 2 and just fight each other with fucking heroes. That's just me.
I say give it a try.
Or
Are a fan, or if you haven't, if you like shooters, give it a try. It's something different. It's not traditional shooter.
If you are a fan of Star Wars, you probably already own Battlefront 2. But if you are a fan of Star Wars and you don't own Battlefront 2, please get it. It is definitely worth it. If you are somebody who bought the game at launch and returned it because of the shitty...
Good on you.
Yeah.
No.
But...
Now,
Howie?
Would you say the same for Fallen Order?
What do you mean? I thought
Fallen Order is just a good game.
Yeah,
all around.
Yeah. What's wrong with Fallen Order?
You don't like Kevin?
No,
You can't get past
Kevin the
the
Jedi?
wall.
He said no, I don't. How do you feel about the game DTV? You started playing it again recently.
I still think it's kind of a mediocre game.
Really?
Like, yeah, because you were saying if you're a Star Wars fan, then you like it and stuff like that. I'd say if you're a Battlefront fan, like of the original games, you wouldn't like this game.
No, I didn't say like it. I said you probably already own it if you're a Star Wars fan.
Yeah.
I'm saying like if you're a fan of the original Battlefronts, you won't like this game.
I just
It's
with
a
that.
completely different game.
I played Battlefront 1 and 2 when I was a kid a lot. I played a whole lot with my brother especially, and I love the new Battlefront games, Battlefront 2015 and Battlefront 2 2017. So I don't know. I feel like it more so just comes down to the person. If you go into these expecting that conquest mode that you played in the original,
It's not even that. It's just everything.
that.
Like, go play those original Battlefronts. Just a regular, like just thinking of like the droids, the separatist side.
Yeah.
Just a regular heavy class was a battle droid,
Yeah.
not just a regular droid with a heavy
This
gun.
game, you buy it.
Yeah,
gotta buy
that's
the heavy-
Yeah.
that's my biggest problem with the game is just the whole reinforcements idea. Like, scrap that. Where are the vehicles? There's no vehicles.
I disagree with that. I
Got the
like
sky vehicle.
the way that the reinforcements work, and there are vehicles, and
There's
it's
like
just not as many.
there's
vehicles
one
as there are in the
vehicle out at a
Battlefield game.
time,
You got the
and
speeder.
you have to wait and spawn for it.
It depends on the vehicles, because some vehicles you can have multiple of the vehicle out, but other vehicles, you're right, you can only have one of that vehicle. But
Like, the whole idea of Battlefront was that it was Battlefield,
to me, it still
just
feels
Star
like
Wars.
that.
That's how it originated. It originally was a mod for Battlefield.
Yeah.
Like, that's what it was, and then these developers are like, you know what? We don't know how to make either of those games.
I'm personally somebody who does not like the Battlefield games, and I like how different Battlefront 2 is from Battlefield.
It's not much different.
It feels a lot different to me in terms of like even graphically they look similar, right? You can tell that they're made by the same people, but gameplay wise they're like two totally different games. And I still feel like I'm in these battles, like when I play Galactic Assault, Supremacy, or even Heroes versus Villains. Like, I feel like I'm a part of the Star Wars universe and I'm fighting in it, and it feels fucking like great.
I'm not denying that.
But
I just don't like the reinforcements.
the reinforcements, I understand, like in the older ones, like you had more options.
Like the jetpack trooper was just a normal trooper you could pick.
Yeah, but they played differently though.
Exactly. So I'm not saying grab what they have right here and then turn them into regular classes. No, you have to rework everything for that.
You would, but I like it because they turned those characters, those iconic, like reinforcement characters, and made them into something that is better or greater. Because when you play as a jet trooper, like you say, or like a clone commando, they feel better than just the regular troopers. So it's like you're playing as people that are like iconic, sort of lower level characters in the Star Wars universe, but they still feel like they're a cut above. And I like that sort of middle ground that they have. And I'm not gonna lie, that point system, I really enjoy that because it makes people have to work for better things in the game. And the only time it gets kind of shaky is when you're trying to pick a hero. But the reinforcements, there's enough of them allowed on the board at once, and a lot of people, you know, they're not as ridiculous as Jedi characters, so they die pretty frequently, and you'll always be able to play them. The only time like I don't like the point system is when it comes to Jedi. I feel like Jedi or just hero characters in general kind of need to be their own thing separate from that point system. Probably they need to have a different system for that.
Well, okay, what would you say they're earning? Like, what's a good way for, what's the system that you think of?
The system that I could think of to make it fair, like, it would probably, I feel like the easiest way to do it, right, would be the best players on the team have first chance at a hero character. And let's say if they don't want to play a hero character for whatever reason, they can pass it on to like third and fourth spot. They should have like initially first grabs at it. Like when they're about to spawn in, they should let them know, hey, you can spawn in as a hero.
That's how it was before.
Yeah, I feel like they should bring that back and implement it in that way, so that the players who are actually performing well can play as them. But then I also understand the arguments like, oh, but like, what about everybody should have a chance to play as a hero, right? I don't know. Damn, that's kind of a hard spot because I don't know if I agree with that. I don't feel like everybody deserves a chance to play as a hero. Like, go play heroes versus villains if you want to do that. But if you want to play as a hero in these big modes, then you got to perform well. I feel like that's the way to fix it.
Yeah, you do. And playing hero in those modes compared to heroes versus villains is completely different.
Yeah,
for the most part.
So it's like if you want a chance to go play as a hero, then everybody can play as one of heroes versus villains. Just go play that. But if you want to play as one in the mode where you're killing infantry and doing all this crazy shit, then you gotta earn it.
Yeah, but then you got the people that just hide or play like hoes with it. And yeah, it's annoying. Because the heroes. That's why I find it weird that you try to take the game competitively with the heroes, because how I feel about them is that they feel like a last minute kind of addition to the game. Like the game was not built around them at all. They're just better reinforcements, is what it feels like.
They're broke characters on purpose. And I definitely do agree with you, like that they kind of feel after the fact, especially because most of the hero characters were added into the game after its release. So I can definitely see why you say that. But they were never balanced for heroes versus villains, if we being real. They were never balanced for that mode. Every single change to them only makes sense in Supremacy or Galactic Assault. It does not make sense in heroes versus villains. And I don't think they will ever care to balance the heroes for those modes. But yeah, does anybody have any other thoughts on Battlefront 2?
I don't want DICE to make Battlefront 3 or Battlefield 6. I don't want them to make another one of those.
Would you prefer it be a mod? Go back to the community hands?
No, I'd rather. What? The original Battlefronts weren't mods, Kasan.
Didn't you say it wasn't the original Battlefront?
The whole idea originated from a mod.
Yeah.
But then games were made.
Yeah. But
I don't know. I like to see someone else do it. Let's see that new the Titan, the guy that one of the like co-founders of Titanfall or whatever of that Respawn studio.
Yeah.
He's at EA. Was it Dice LA or EA LA? Something. He's making a new studio over there.
I would love to see that.
Because Titanfall games, Apex, like they, to me so far that studio really hasn't missed. Like Apex, like the first Titanfall, like it has its problems, but with its just multiplayer and single player being the same shit, but it feels good. It works on kind of every way.
I played it. I enjoyed it from what I played Titanfall 2.
Titanfall 2 is great.
Sounds like Matthew Mercer collecting a check. Main character of that game.
Lame ass character, lame ass actor. Oh, I'm a cowboy that plays cards. Ooh.
And I shoot guns.
Hold that. But yeah. I want to see someone else make it.
I think Respawn could do a good job. But yeah, I mean, I love what they did. I love what DICE did. But I do agree it's probably time to pass the torch to somebody else. We can find a better developer for the game. One that would actually balance the heroes. But that's that. It's Battlefront 2. How y'all feel about everything else that's going on in the world, though?
Yeah, like no one said
Oh
anything
my
there.
Oh shit! You know what?
Yeah, we got Kanye fucking Smith and Western out here shooting bullshit fucking
Nigga
things
said-
on Twitter.
He said,
Yeah, bro.
That
Smith
guy
and
should not be
Western.
he should not be allowed to have Twitter.
Kanye, Smith, and Western.
I'm
Yeah,
thinking that.
because he taking shots online at everything.
I feel like that's what the thumbnail of this video needs to be. It needs to be Kanye with a cowboy hat on. Like a Kanye Smith.
Oh,
Western.
he's never gonna make that happen, broski.
I know you're gonna do it, Mondo.
No.
Broski?
No, but yes, Kanye West. For those of you guys who don't know, which is, I feel like even if you're not American, you know that this nigga's running for president. Kanye West is running for president. And recently he was at, was it a rally? Was it a rally? Or what the fuck is it called? He was at where they speak to the state. I forget what it's called. But he was at one of those things, right? Talking to people. And this nigga started, first thing he said that was out of pocket. He saw my Harriet Tubman. He was like,
Yeah.
he was like,
Yo, fuck that guy Kanye.
yeah, he was like, oh, first of all, Harriet Tubman didn't free the slaves. She just had them go work for other white people. And that's like out of pocket, right?
Howie. Oh.
He's like, oh.
I never knew that.
Which, it's like, okay, the thing is with Kanye, it's like, can you completely disagree with that? No, because there is like some truth to it. Like, she did free the slaves. I disagree with him saying that she didn't free the slaves. She definitely was out here, you know, doing God's work, doing what she needed to do. But white people owned everything back then, so technically they were working for white people, but they were just able to make $1 out of it now, right? They just weren't slaves anymore. So I could see what he was saying, but he said that shit in such a wrong way that it was offensive. Another thing,
I'm offended by hearing that shit.
another thing that he was talking about, he started crying because he's talking about his father was too busy for him, which is a tragedy in America. With the black fathers leaving their children is actually a very common issue that we have here. But he was talking about how he almost killed his daughter. He was saying some other shit before that, but I couldn't really understand what he was saying because he was like yelling and shit. But he said he almost killed his daughter. Now, to give context to that, he was talking about when Kim Kardashian was pregnant. She wanted to get an abortion. I mean, he wanted to get an abortion, but she was like, nah, I'm not gonna do that. So that's what he meant when he said he almost killed his daughter. But again, he's fucking bawling, screaming at the top of his lungs talking about he almost killed his daughter. That's gonna look kind of, you know.
That doesn't look like someone you want to elect.
Yeah.
You want to give that person nuclear power.
Hell nah.
Why not?
And then he's on Twitter He's talking about, yo, I remember, okay, he's on Twitter talking about, let me see if I can pull up the tweets. I'll probably put them on the podcast for y'all. But he was on Twitter talking about, everybody know the movie Get Out is about me. And he was talking about that Kim tried to pull up with a doctor to get him arrested, to take him into like a home, basically, or like a mental institution.
He needs it.
I believe so.
And I'm not joking.
That nigga Kanye is.
He needs the Lord Jesus and
He needs
the Book
some
of
milk.
Oakland. That's what he needs.
And he was saying shit. He was like, as with God's my witness, my daughter will never do Playboy. And he was calling out Kim Kardashian's mom, Kris Jenner, and saying, like, are you ready to talk to me, or are you too busy getting another one of your daughters to do Playboy? And he was calling her like Chris Jong-un and shit like that, saying like
Chris Jong-un?
Yeah, like
He's out of pocket, bro.
this
You
nigga
gotta
is
stop him.
going crazy. And on top of that,
honestly, I don't
call
like.
the world, call the fire department or something, and get that nigga, get him
Think!
in Arkham, wherever he is.
Boy, you getting there.
The worst part about it all is he actually, you can clearly tell he has some fucking mental issues going on.
They said he has bipolar disorder.
yeah, Kim Kardashian came out and wrote several pages on her Instagram story
Yeah.
about
If it wasn't obvious
Kanye.
already, yeah, honestly.
Kanye being bipolar, and that Kanye.
The noodles distracting you? What's going on?
Hey,
that
my
Kanye
boy.
being,
What's
Kanye
going on,
being
my boy?
bipolar.
Do I gotta order your noodle?
You gonna you said this shit twice, bro.
Yeah, because
You
I'm
good?
waiting for you. Okay, hold on. I got it. She put out several pages.
This nigga gonna read the shit.
On her
The
Instagram
edible
story.
Hit. Nah, the edible just hit. That's
No,
what happened.
I didn't eat no fucking edible.
I didn't even take one.
I didn't. Okay. Let's start this over. Okay. So
You
she
gonna
puts no.
You
She
gonna read
put,
the thing?
You're welcome to the podcast.
so
Yeah, we need a new one.
she put several pages up on her Instagram story explaining that Kanye is bipolar and he suffers from bipolar. I don't know if it's not a disease or
It's disorder.
a disorder.
Bipolar
It's bipolar disorder. And that they've tried to get help for him, but the only real way you can, she was basically saying the only real way you can force help on them is if they're a minor. So she's basically saying Kanye's bipolar, ain't shit we could do. We tried, but
he's a grown ass man.
Yeah.
It's up to him.
it's up to him to be
You
crazy.
can't really help someone they don't want it. They need to want help for you to help them.
Yeah.
That's very much how that goes. So
And
as far as that goes, but what else? Sorry.
no, I was going to ask you, Kassan, how do you feel about this whole Kanye situation?
It is very.
It's a rather strange entanglement.
I don't know you were me.
Cause you sound different. You have your mic there? What happened?
It's crazy. Now go ahead since you me. You got my thoughts.
Hold on. I
Yeah,
gotta sound like a song.
Fuck nigga.
All right, Mondo, re-ask the fucking
so-
question.
We gonna cut this, right?
We gonna cut this, right?
I hate this guy, man.
Yeah, let's be silent for a little bit, and Mondo, you re-ask the question. And
Ask the question again, man.
Like, well, I'm gonna sound like that. I'm gonna sound like Howie. Hold on. I'm gonna sound like Howie. Yeah. Yeah.
I like, I like,
Yeah, that sounds good. I
I like dipping chips in cans of beans.
Beans and chips.
Beans. I like beans, nigga.
You down bad for real. I wish I got a picture of that.
I looked. I don't have one, sadly.
If I found whose hands these
Alright. So Kassan, how do you feel about this whole Kanye situation?
Alright. I forgot what I was gonna say. it's saddening that to see like somebody I grew up listening to and who I idealized because of his work, like basically descend with madness.
Yeah,
Pretty,
it's
pretty sickening.
We all saw it happening too.
it's kind of
Yeah.
crazy. It's
You
like
get back the history.
he's the only celebrity. Well, not the only one, but he's one of the most popular. I feel that you've been able to see him like his mental state deteriorate over the
Slowly
years.
decline.
Yeah, like he is not good up there, and it is
Yeah,
very
like-
obvious.
His mother passing has something to do with it.
Yeah, it's sad, but that's true.
That's definitely when it started.
But as far as like people calling him crazy, I feel like shouldn't say someone's crazy. Or just misunderstood. Like I think Dave Chappelle said it best. He said that like that like area they're in, the place, the celebrities, the mind state they're in, it fucks with your head, shit like that. It'll make you do irrational things, and it makes people like
Yo, I
see
keep
in a
on
different
reading
light.
myself. Sorry, I'm talking to myself. Go ahead.
Fucking idiot.
It makes people see in a different light. Like Dave Chappelle said it, but he said that he was on set with Martin Lawrence. He said Martin Lawrence was one of the strongest guys he knew. He's like while they're recording, he was like talking about one time while they're recording a movie, he had passed on set, and he said he had a stroke. And then he woke up the next day. Dave Chappelle like went the next day. He started talking. He was like, "Hey man, what's going on? You alright?" And he was like, "Yeah man." It's like one of the best sleeps I've ever had. And then yeah, it's crazy, right?
That shit is different.
And then it was to the point where he fast forwarded to like the point where he was in Hollywood waving a gun, talking about they're trying to kill me and shit like that. So he was like, imagine someone as strong as that going from talking about how a stroke felt like sleep to him waving a gun in the street, talking about people trying to kill him, and people immediately labeled him crazy. When Dave Chappelle didn't take that deal for like however much money it was for $1 million,
Yeah.
at Comedy Central, and he was like, "Fuck that, I'm going to Africa." Guess what niggas did? Niggas called him crazy because they didn't understand. So I feel like,
Yeah, but then people are also just crazy.
I feel like you should know someone's situation before you make judgment.
No, situations can make people crazy. I don't think the two are different.
So you think Dave Chappelle is crazy for going to Africa or for refusing that money?
No.
From a normal man's eye, seeing someone pass up millions of dollars, yes, he's crazy. But from his point of view, to where he didn't need that, and he saw shit was changing.
Exactly. So this is what I'm saying. You should
Exactly.
see the situations first before you make judgment. Instead of just immediately calling someone crazy because they're saying something, because they're doing something, you should see them out, like give them a chance.
So
I
what
give him a chance. I still think he's crazy for doing that.
So what you've seen of Kanye, Kason, would you call him crazy or would you call him misunderstood?
He's misunderstood. Like, it's easy to call someone crazy and just write it off as that, but he's misunderstood, obviously. Like, he lost his mother, which was like one of his main supporters of him, like during his music career. She was there from the bottom to when he got to the top, and having that person that's gonna bring you down, to earth, that'll humble you. Having that person gone it's obviously gonna have a big effect on you.
I
So I
understand
don't
that.
think he's crazy.
And I agree with that, but I disagree with you when you talk about he's misunderstood, because he talks about a lot of the things that go on his mind very publicly and very openly.
Yeah.
And he wants people to understand him, and he says a lot of the things that he's thinking. And I don't think he's misunderstood. I just think the nigga's insane, because he just be saying, "Wow,
Like,
insane in my brain." Sorry.
You also have to think, yeah, like yeah, cause I understand what you're saying, Kassan, but then at the same time, like, his position, the shit he's gone through, like shit he does, like being that fucking famous and everything, like that would fuck with your mind. So yeah, like
Yeah, it does.
it makes sense that
Yeah.
Everyone you've seen Hollywood kind of slowly turns crazy over
Yeah.
time.
Because the thing you're saying, so I do agree with you in a lot of situations where somebody will call someone else crazy. They're not really crazy. They just don't know the whole thing.
Yeah, they don't get it, so they quick to dismiss it by calling someone crazy.
Yeah, but that nigga Kanye's crazy. That nigga Kanye. I feel like we have enough information, and also, in terms of somebody being actually crazy, there has to be something wrong with your mental, and he has shown signs of someone who has mental problems, mental illness. He's bipolar. Kim even came out and said that he's bipolar and he has that disorder. So nigga actually is crazy and he has a disorder, but he is a billionaire. The thing about it, the nigga is a crazy ass billionaire who is running for president.
Hey, bro, I was with him though. These mothers should get $1 million, and we should be free. I'm fucking my president right there.
Howie, how high are you?
Yes.
He said yes. You've been kind of quiet. Kanye is from Chicago, so how do you feel about this whole Kanye thing going on, man? It's like,
yeah, like so, as someone from Florida, how do you feel about this living in Chicago now?
He just didn't have a nice childhood. That's why he's ruining my adulthood.
Oh man. No, how do you feel about that?
I think Kanye. I don't know. I feel like Kanye's Kanye, and most people who are in Chicago fuck with Kanye. You know what I'm saying? They rock with Kanye. You know what I'm saying?
Ew.
This nigga high as hell.
All right, I'm really gonna get a statement.
I'm still just sending that shit. That wasn't me. I'm back. Fucking nah. I think Kanye's gonna be Kanye to the public, and whether that be in Chicago or anywhere else, it's if he really is running for president, he's gonna be president, bro. Like that's.
You believe Kanye is gonna win the election?
No.
I mean, if Trump won,
Howie, he actually can't win. You know he cannot accept votes from many states.
He didn't.
Yeah, he came into the shit too late. Like you cannot vote for him in New York.
Well, if he could be voted for, then they go to the next president.
I think the way it works is when you go to all these states, you need at least 10,000 signatures in a state in order to be able to vote there.
To have a ballot?
But you have to turn that in. I think Kanye got 10,000 signatures in South Carolina, but he failed to register them to the state. So that's why he wasn't able to vote there. And it's probably the same thing with New York. He probably just didn't, or whoever on his team was supposed to do that didn't do that. So
no, they should have done so a lot.
I can't let this happen.
Yeah.
The fate of the world hangs in the balance.
That's the thing too. It's usually these presidential things, it would be this whole year. I understand Corona's going on, and that's why we haven't been seeing a lot of it. But usually it would be the whole election year that you see these guys, going around all these different states trying to collect these. But Kanye's starting in the summer. And if you saw the room that he was in, usually it's these big kind of stadiums or whatever they have full of people when
they were talking.
Yeah, when they're talking and shit. But he was in a little room somewhere.
Yeah.
He was backstage talking to niggas at a bar or something.
Yeah, it looks like he was about to show off some gameplay from something.
Yeah.
I'm gonna show you. I'm in Cyberpunk.
Yeah, he was up there with a bulletproof vest on.
Yeah, what was that?
Security.
I was thinking
he wanted to be protected.
I get that, but damn, yo, speaking about protection, do you guys think Jada was wearing protection with August?
Oh, just into it. Don't care.
That's a yikes right there.
Oh, Mondo. There's no respect will like that, bro.
Oh, fucking Howie.
Hey, man. She did it to her, so I'm not gonna lie. All the things I've seen about Jada, I fuck with her, but she really fucked up with this one. This is one of the messiest things that's happened in Hollywood relationships in a long time.
In Hollywood history, dog.
Yeah.
Like, nah,
Hollywood
nah.
history. OJ fucking up them people.
Oh shit! Or
Oh,
OJ
just
literally
him
killed
not-
niggas.
I don't
Hey,
think he
man.
did it though. The gloves didn't fit.
That nigga did it.
Howie.
That nigga did it, bro.
He got away with that shit too.
But if ever there was a nigga that did a crime, that was that nigga.
Who?
Okay.
Okay.
Was fit.
Howie,
Yeah, that nigga got all the
That nigga had an
That
amazing
nigga-
lawyer. That's why he got away.
Yo, you see how big he be smiling now, Howie? Nobody
He
who
got
has
away.
lost their entire family will smile at you like that. That nigga is genuinely happy. When you see him in all these pictures and shit, that shit is happiness, bro.
damn. So you really think he's so happy because he finally killed them? Like he got rid
He
of
got
them?
away with it.
Yeah, and he be making jokes about it now too. Like he make
Yes.
jokes about his family being slaughtered. Who would make if he wasn't the one who did it? Who would make fun of that, bro? Like,
Nobody.
Wait, so his kids got killed too?
yeah. Well, I don't know if he had children. I know his wife was
I don't think he had kids.
slayed.
Slave.
Slayed his wife.
Interesting.
Cold blooded.
Yeah, same way August was slaying his pussy. But for you guys who don't know,
Man.
That's a twofer.
yes, Jada Pinkett Smith was recently, I can't even say caught. Let me
Taking the glizzy.
yeah, she was taking
Fucking-
the young
She was
penis.
caught fucking her child, August Alsine.
It's not
What?
her
It
child.
wasn't she was caught. It was just brought to light that they had passed.
Entanglements.
Yeah,
Entanglement,
an entanglement. August was on.
Entanglement.
August was on a interview with Angela E from the Breakfast Club, and
Angela Yee.
he was talking to her about his relationship with Jada, and basically that like Will gave him his blessing or some shit like that to have the relationship, and he was saying crazy shit like
If he die,
yeah, he was saying like, oh, if I die right now I'll be good, cause
that's wild.
I know what that type of love feels like, or I know what it feels like to love and like loss or like something. I'm like,
Damn, so the vagina was that tight.
that's what the nigga, yo, that shit had me fucking dead. Shout out to the World Star comments. Nigga, the World Star comments were like, yo, damn, Jada's pussy is that tight? Like she had this nigga Will fighting Tupac and this nigga August took.
That nigga.
Yeah.
That nigga was with my nigga in Houston. Tupac
We
was-
missed something here. Tupac.
Yeah, she's in a relationship with Tupac before this.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Ever since this happened, niggas was like,
Nah,
yo,
I don't think they were in a relationship. Well, they were in a relationship?
no, they weren't in a relationship.
They were.
They were best friends.
He's in a relationship.
But niggas were saying if August disappears, we know who killed Tupac.
You know what I feel funny? You know what I feel funny? But this is a side point, but Willow Smith said she misses Tupac. Niggas was like, you don't even know him. The fuck?
He wasn't even alive when that nigga.
know him.
He
You
missed
know,
Tupac.
like,
Yeah, she
But,
bugging. Them kids tripping, bro.
she's an entanglement. Like,
Yeah. So this whole entanglement shit. She was on a fucking Red Table Talk, which is her show.
Her show.
Yeah, but on this time it was like the tables were turned,
Yeah.
quite literally.
The turns have been tabled.
Yeah.
It's a bit deep.
Will Smith brought Jada to the red table.
And usually there'd be more people. There'd be Jada Pinkett, her mother, and then
Yeah, because it's supposed to be kind of like past, present, and future at the same time. That's why they have like Willow there, they have Jada, and then they have her mom. So they have like 3 different perspectives on it. It's a pretty good show. It's pretty cool. But
I like how niggas be talking about how like Willow's there. She be just nodding, saying shit. It's like she don't even know. Like she hasn't experienced a lot, so she wouldn't know.
yeah,
She's nodding in the dream. Like,
she's kind of just there to listen. Or,
yeah, this is funny. Man.
she's like, oh wow.
Yes, I agree.
That's why it was so weird for her to discuss that entanglement because I never talked this much before.
I concur,
Sure.
brother. I concur.
Yes.
But yeah, so she was on the Red Table Talk, And when Will asked her about what happened between her and August, she gonna get up there and talk about she was in an entanglement with him. What the fuck? Even Will wasn't going for that. He was like, an entanglement, Jada?
Live.
Yeah.
Like, this stupid bitch.
He's like, did you say that?
Yeah.
You put a lot in my face. Did you serious right now?
Yo.
He like, no cap.
Yeah.
I'm inclined to take your head off right now.
Yeah,
You camera so much.
We're gonna see if this glove fits. Ah!
It's really, it sucks, bro. You see the pain in his eye.
You saw Will up there. You could tell he was super uncomfortable. He didn't want to have to do that table talk, man.
No, he didn't.
He's like, oh, but he's out there fucking other women's husbands as well.
Okay,
Fucking
so
I doubt another man will give you permission to
I'm not gonna disrespect
Yeah.
man like that.
he even talked
I'm not
about
gonna
that
lie.
too.
It was a very compelling argument, and it had pictures, and it was like, yeah, this nigga Will is way too close to this fuck. This nigga.
It's talking about Will's a cup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I cannot think that
I
the
don't
nigga
wanna
from I Am
I don't
Legend is a
believe
cuck. I can't think. Nigga from iRobot. I
Fresh
can't.
Prince of Bel-Air.
Yeah, no, the Fresh Prince is definitely a cuck. I can believe that. That nigga's a cuck. But the nigga
But
from iRobot,
no, he's not.
First
yeah.
fuck there, boy. That nigga is like,
He's not.
I can believe
Maybe
it.
pursue
He's not.
But
He's not.
Yo, I saw a meme. You ever see that iRobot meme of like Will Smith and the robot and the interrogations? Like, can you make a painting? And the robot says, "Can you?" I did a meme of that. It's like, can you love a wife? And the robot says, "Can you?"
oh shit.
It's a hooded.
What's your height?
Heidi. But no, and so yeah, you can see it's very uncomfortable for Will the whole time. But he confronts her about it, he talks to her about it, whatever. He lets people know that he never gave this nigga no type of permission, that they weren't even together at the time.
Who the fuck would do that?
Yeah.
Bro, like logically, who the fuck would do that? Oh yeah, go ahead. You can fuck my wife.
Yeah.
Go ahead and have a relationship.
I'm
I don't
cool
care.
with that, you know?
Give it back a couple months.
Yeah, I'm vibing with that. Yeah.
Oh, you said you want to fuck her? I'm with that.
Nigga,
Yeah.
what? Gotta be on the
Good camera? Was that? Yeah, it's good camera. All right. So,
some type of 30s, bro.
But yeah,
Sure,
and-
Will.
but anyway, that shit finishes, and then everybody thinks it's done. It's like, all right, you know, we kind of got some clarity, some kind of closure. But then this nigga August comes back,
So you don't
and
hear me in the song?
that's what I was about to say. This nigga done dropped a fucking hit.
A song.
Tangling these sheets.
Entanglement.
You know, entanglement.
You entangled in the seed. And it was so in the song, he talks about how he
I
would,
saw a stack.
he would mess up Jada's hair,
Blow him back.
how he will pull up when Will is gone, or like Jada will be telling him when Will about to leave so he can come through and blow her back out. And this shit was like
Actual bars. Actual
Fighting.
bars.
This is crazy. You know, this just goes to show you that bitches ain't shit.
yeah.
For holding tricks.
Niggas was photoshopping her face over Future, like.
That's a good thing there. That's a good Photoshop.
I'm like,
It wasn't cheating. It was an entanglement.
Yeah, an entanglement really joining.
It just goes to show you. Bitches ain't shit.
That is a fact, yo. And
Bitches ain't shit.
and
Hoarding tricks.
this nigga August also comes back in an interview with Tunchi on the shout out to the Tunchi podcast.
I'm calling him Tunchi. Wayne.
Yeah.
I mean, it's Tunchi, but don't Wayne.
I nigga doubled down on it.
Yup, and he said he's talking about it again. Basically the same thing he said in the first interview, but this time he was like, it wasn't 4 years ago, like Jada was saying. It was 2 years ago.
Damn. Niggas just be lying, bro.
I was a fight
Oh my God.
2 years ago.
Just be get on TV and lying for no reason.
That's crazy.
Tell the truth, bro. That's it. Tell the truth. Stop lying.
That's
So I wanna leave the floor to y'all. Like, how do y'all feel about this? I feel like Kasan, I feel like asking you first. I don't know why, but I feel like asking you how you feel about this whole situation first.
Hey, I already said what I said. Bitches ain't shit.
Love boats and hoes.
That's it.
Well, that's it. DTV, what about you?
I think the whole thing's fucking hilarious.
He said entanglement, bro. Like,
That is the most fucking finessable word. Like,
it's so disrespectful.
I feel like if
You
Will
got-
was
you-
if Will was a regular nigga that like hasn't been around like that type of wordplay and shit like that before, it would just let that slide.
yeah.
But like he called that shit out immediately, like entanglement, J-Will. Which, come on now.
You stupid bitch.
Yeah, like
entanglement.
Entanglements.
You couldn't just like say flat out you had a
yeah,
nah, an entanglement. Like you tried to put some colorful wording on it.
a
Maybe
relationship.
it wasn't what it was.
You just say kung fu wording.
Colorful wording.
I feel like he actually wanted to laugh harder than what he did with that little chuckle. He was like in a
You can see the hurt. See the hurt.
So I think you might have a new roommate in Spain, bro.
Oh, fuck.
Maybe.
Oh no, I was there already.
Ain't in Spain like me.
Oh shit. What about you, Howie? How you feel about this?
I feel like there's something in the head. Entanglements.
That's so fucked up. That song, I don't like that song is good.
You gotta kill him.
Yeah. You
That's
have
the
to.
only way that's the only way to remedy the situation.
You
You have to slay him.
There's no okay, like even if you a rap nigga, which Will Smith
You're
is
singing
not,
like that.
right? But even
He,
if
he,
you were,
you didn't like his fucking after school special raps?
no, I didn't. This was wild corny. But yes, even if you are that, right? You're not gonna win against a singing nigga. It is impossible for a rapper. You could be the best rapper in the fucking world. You're
There's one way.
not gonna fucking win. Like
There's one way.
how? You
You
kill
gotta
him?
get to a You gotta get a glick.
That's the only way. That's what DTV said.
Yeah.
You gotta ixnay that man.
You drop your disc and you kill him. That's it.
Hmm.
You can't respond.
Jesus Christ.
My disc killed him.
Literally, nigga.
You gotta do it though, bro.
Oh shit.
I had to say.
Hey yo. But that's been all from us. Let us know what you guys think.
Wait, what? That's really it? I don't
Yeah.
have one more.
That's it. No, that's time.
That's
We
time,
we
bro.
going on
Buddy.
over,
All right, what about the topic?
we going on over an hour.
Bro, what's the next
I,
topic?
I ain't remaking this thumbnail.
We're making what thumbnail?
The shit that I just finished.
Oh. Did it have? Okay, so we's gonna talk about Ghost of
Look in the
Tsushima.
general.
We're gonna talk about Ghost of Tsushima this week.
Did we?
Look in
No.
the general.
We didn't talk. Oh my god,
Oh,
that's a great fucking thumb. I feel like we gotta talk about Ghost of Tsushima.
I ain't fucking remaking.
I feel like we got.
it doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be time limited. You can talk about other shit, bro. Talk about it.
Yeah, I just don't want it to be too long. I don't
Bring it
want
up.
to be too long.
Bring it up.
You gotta edit. You gotta edit it.
I know. Bring it up, bro.
Man,
I ain't played the game, so that's one lesson. One lesson. It look cool. That's all I'm gonna say.
we gotta talk about it, man. I can't let that thumbnail go. That shit too good.
No, yeah, fucking. I'm making another one. This lizard lame goofy ass podcast.
Oh shit. Okay,
Dang.
Ghost of Tsushima. I'm gonna tell y'all right now. I think
Phenomenal.
this game is really fucking good. This is a great video game, and it feels very refreshing to play this after playing The Last of Us 2, which was a very heavy fucking game, and it felt like what you were doing in that game mattered so much to the narrative and all that, and it was very immersive. Whereas this game, I kind of feel like the opposite. You know, you're a guy in an open world doing cool shit, and like that's really it. And it feels very much to me like a video game every time I play it, and I feel like there's nothing wrong with that. You know, like I turn on this game. I'm happy to turn on this game every day and just explore new things and go do these side quests and go kill some Mongols and
There
it's
you go.
fucking, it's fun. It's just a,
Mongolian.
it's just
Oh,
a,
The Mongolians.
You're breaking the shitty wall.
yeah, she walk.
Shitty wall.
And it's fucking, it's just a fun game to play, and I love that. And I hope we see some more of that from Sony later on down the line, that every game doesn't have to be like, you know, super immersive or whatever. Because to be honest, there is story in this game. You know, you play as Jin Sakai, which I think is his name, and he's the last samurai basically.
Samurai Ghostnik.
Yeah, he's the last samurai,
Tom
and
Cruise.
he has to liberate his island and save the islands of Tsushima from the Mongols. And that's
Tom Cruise.
yeah, that's basically the main plot, right? That's the main story, or basic summarization of the story. But to be honest, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck what he's doing or like what his purpose is. I just want to be the samurai going around doing samurai shit. And this game allows me to do that. Yes. And this is very fun. All the story is just an excuse to go do this shit. And I'll take that.
How does it look? I've seen it. It looks good. I don't know your
Game is as beautiful as Red Dead.
The graphics in this game are like breathtaking. When you see the wind blowing on the trees, when you see all these particles they got in the air, I love how fucking the colors. This game has color, and I feel like more games need fucking.
It has a very distinct art style.
Yes, which is very good, and I love it. I love looking at it. Every time I walk around the world, I'm like, Japan.
People have people have compared to a Souls-like game. Is it like that, or is...
I would not say so at all. This game,
No.
the combat in this, I'm playing the game on the hardest difficulty that it offers, which is just hard, and the combat does not feel anywhere as difficult.
Well, that's already different from a Souls-like. Souls-like don't have difficulties. They just hard.
Yeah.
I'd say the combat in the game reminds me of Witcher 3, if anything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I would
Had to
say so.
compare it to
Yeah.
something.
And yeah, it's kind of like that. You gotta break people's stances and stuff like that, guards or whatever. You die very fast in this game, no matter what difficulty you're playing on, and I like that. Yeah.
You should put. My bad to interrupt you. You should put those clips of the guy getting hit with the arrows, like compilation.
Oh yeah. I would say okay. So
you might get monetized.
my kind of gripes with the game are, I mean, I don't feel like archers are really like a gripe. Like I understand why they're in the game, but the archers kind of break up the fun of the game to me personally, because it feels like if you don't take them out first, you're not gonna be able to literally do anything at all.
Yeah.
You're going
Because like you gotta, like, there's no visual indicator. That's what I like. Also, side note, that I like that about the game, that there's not a lot of like shit that
doesn't warn you about things coming.
Yeah, there's not a lot of notifications on screen and shit. It's very, if there are, it's like very like subtle, like in gameplay, like the wind, like being actually like showing you where to go and shit instead of a big ass fucking arrow.
Well, with the guys shooting the arrows, there's an audible indicator. They always shout something before they shoot. But
it's an audible indicator, but you still gotta look at that and but I mean, not really actually. You can like just
dodge,
go off the sound and time it. Yeah, just time your dodge off the sound.
Even with that, right? Like even if you're looking for all that shit, you still can't play because there's niggas with shields in front of you, there's niggas with spears in front of you, like there's all this other shit going on, and like
the niggas in front of you, like
can you 1v9 people?
Can you 1v9 people? You can if they're a certain enemy type, but the game is very good at showing you that you're not built for this. Like if there are a certain, like if let's say this, if there are 4 swordsmen, just regular swordsmen around you, you can take them all out, no problem. But if there are 4 people and all 4 of them
a lot different than you,
if there are 4 people and all 4 of them are different like stances or like enemy types,
like one's a spearman, one's a heavy.
It is
one guy got 2 swords instead of 1, and it's like that shouldn't matter.
It becomes significantly more difficult, even though it's the same amount of enemies.
Okay.
So that's how the game kind of balances. Like there are camps and there are huge camps, and it shows you that there's like a whole bunch of fucking people in there, and you see that, and you're like, and for me personally, I'm looking at like the enemy types, and I'm like, oh hell no, they got 2 of these shield niggas next to each other. There's an archer up there. I'm like, there's no way in hell.
There's 3 boots on a horse, and like nigga, what?
Yeah, there's no way in hell I'm walking straight in here. Like I gotta sneak around and do this shit.
One thing that I like is the side missions. That's one thing that I definitely like. They want to just reward you with like little charms and shit here and there, but some of them, once we keep at it though, like that shit gives you some high level ass charms, like regenerate, like do 50% extra damage when you're low health, shit like that. Like it's just rewarding. It gives you there's also like different armors that you can unlock and shit.
So you have different builds too.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah. Like I was talking to Kasana, like that shit is good. I think it's cool how there's how you armor, like certain armor affects your shit, but they should. To me personally, I didn't tell this Kasana, but it would be way cooler if they make a sequel or add something down the line to where you can like change your. You can change the look. You can make your own basically, like with your own buffs and shit.
Okay.
So you can change the appearance of it, but keep you can have the appearance of a samurai or Sicario or whatever, or some other basic ass armor, but use the effect that gives you from like the sniper samurai fucking look. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what is everyone's build that they're going for in the chat? Like, what do you guys build?
I can I have multiple builds. If I can find
Go to.
my controller, actually, I can tell you exactly what I have. So what I usually go for, right? When I'm just traveling around, I have something on called Traveler's Attire, and it makes it so that I clear up more of the fog on the map, and basically it's easier for me to find shit. But when I'm actually in combat, I go for the Samurai Clan armor, which reduces damage by a major amount, massively increases my health, and if I take damage, it gives me something which is called Resolve, which the closest thing I can compare it to is like, you know, in the Batman games when like your combo meter glows yellow and you can do like a special combo takedown.
Yeah.
That's what Resolve is basically. It's like your special
Use it
meter.
pretty much for everything.
Okay.
Yeah. And you can use it to, you can even use it to gain health back.
Okay.
So that's what I use when I'm in combat. But when I'm like sneaking around, I use Tadayori's armor. And what this does is it makes it so that I can like pull my bow.
As fast?
No, it makes it so that I can pull my bow faster, and increases like slow motion when I have the bow out. Because when I'm in stealth, I already have my stealth upgraded a lot. So the detection level, there's not a skin, but there's an outfit that makes it harder for enemies to detect you. But I'm already so hard. Yeah, it gives you plus the sneak, but I'm already so hard to detect that it doesn't like really matter. It's still gonna take a long time to detect me regardless. So I just put that on so I can draw my bow faster and like take out multiple enemies before my slow motion runs out.
What are you going for?
Well, I like to mix it up because I like the Ronin look, but I'm primarily going off of like looks of shit. But I've been using that for buff wise, like build wise. I just got the ghost armor, which at this point, because I'm ahead of them in the game, so I'm not trying to spoil it. The one thing I'm trying to say is you get ghost mode or ghost stance, which once you enter it, it basically every kill is insta kill.
Wow.
And like he killed like Bruce Wayne and shit. But you only can get that by slaughtering the Mongol warlord, which is the.
You have to say how you got it, but
or no, this is how you just build it, like, or
You don't have to say
how you don't have to tell how you get the armor. I just don't know what your playstyle is like. What do you?
No, nigga, like I'm talking about the ghost stance.
I know you're talking about it, but you're talking about how you get it. You don't have to talk about how you get it.
No, I'm talking it's how the meter works. That's how you're able to enter it.
Oh, okay.
And when you unlock it, I'm not telling you how you unlock it, but
I was confused.
the ghost armor that you unlock as the game goes on as well, it makes it so you have like 30% sneak. You're 30% more hard to
Hard to
detect,
Yeah.
and it takes one less kill to enter ghost stance, and that's just been working out pretty decent for me.
Okay. So that should go to.
Especially since it takes when you could choose between having a standoff with people with removal Mongols or like stealth kill or whatever.
Yeah.
And if you once you have that shit upgraded and we can like kill 3 of them or 4 of them and just leave from that party from a standoff, if you time it right, then that shit builds fast as fuck. But like I said, it's like Mono said, it gets harder once you get overwhelmed by people. So there was a whole period of time where I went without getting that shit, and I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it's very easy to get overwhelmed in the game, and that's why I said they do a really good job of showing you that like you can't take on this many numbers, no matter what you got.
Can't break those cups.
Yeah, can break. DTV, what about?
DTV.
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
DTV, what do you go for?
I don't really have a build. I just go for what I like. I feel like what armor looks better.
Oh, okay. All right.
That's kind of it.
That's kind of how I am too.
Okay.
I already answered a question like that.
The other gripes I would say I have with the game are I feel like the wind. I'm getting a lot better at it now. I feel like I'm used to it just because I've been playing it. But sometimes I feel like the wind won't really lead you in the right direction. The wind, it doesn't really feel like
It's supposed to point you in the right direction.
Yeah, it doesn't feel omnidirectional. It feels like the wind can either only go like forward, back, diagonal, left, diagonal, right, or right. Like it can't really.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about, nigga. I just use that shit to guide me. I don't know what you're talking about.
It doesn't go up, down, shit like that.
Like yeah, it'll. I don't know. It's not.
Well, it's not a waypoint. That's the thing.
Yeah.
It's just to guide you in the right direction. So you
Yeah.
can pick up for yourself.
That's all.
That's what I'm
But
saying.
sometimes I feel like it's not. I find myself actually just
Wandering
pausing the
a lot?
game. No, just pausing the game and looking at where I have to go on the map, and then just heading in that direction
That's what I do.
instead of just following the wind. Because I feel like the wind sometimes, like most of the time, it'll get you to where you need to go or around where you need to go, but it's not really good for like telling you exactly where you need to be. And sometimes like the wind will guide me to like a cliff, and I'm supposed to go past it, but it'll lead me straight into like the cliffside. It's like, okay, I gotta go around this shit. Like shit like that is what I'm talking about. But I had another gripe with the game, but I can't remember it right now. DTV, what don't you like about the game?
I really think the acting kind of bland.
The acting?
Yeah.
I that's funny. I saw a cutscene. I was in this guy's stream, and it looked pretty good to me.
Yeah, I don't
Like I don't think the acting is bad. I just think everyone's monotone.
Oh, okay.
that there's not really much emotion like being
Right,
shown. in
Yeah,
the-
there's like no emotion.
I
It's like
kind of feel that
everyone,
way
like,
about
the
the main
entire
character.
family has something we wipe down. They're like, no.
My
Okay,
family.
I don't feel like the acting is what you say, but at the same time, to be honest, I haven't been paying much attention to it because when I go talk to people, I don't really give a fuck about what they're saying because I know they're about to just send me on a fetch quest or whatever. It feels like a very sucker punch game in that way, like when you talk to somebody in Infamous.
Even in Infamous, like even like the main cutscenes, they were interesting. Like the characters felt to me, like Jin, he's kind of boring. Like there's nothing about him. I don't think of the character Jin. I just think of
Samurai.
the samurai I'm playing.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's why I kind of struggle remembering his name sometimes. I'm not gonna lie.
ATV. I'm not spoiling anything, but just keep on playing the game.
he does
Spoiling
feel
it.
like
Indirectly.
that's the
But-
thing with Samurai is they are very cool characters on the exterior, right? But kind of like on the interior, a lot of them are the same, or we've seen the same stories with them so many times that it's just not very interesting anymore, right? But it's just so cool to
Like
play
drug-
as,
like-
look at, and like fucking
Like
fun.
games about drug dealing. We played that shit before.
Yeah.
Or killing people.
No, it's like it's even like just everyone around the world, like just everyone is kind of like that.
I don't. There are some interesting characters, like the guy you get Sake from. That like I like his character. I like
Kenji?
yeah, Kenji. I like the thief, that the lady who saved your life in the beginning of the game. I like her character a lot. I feel like she's one of the more interesting characters in the game. Lady Masako, she's pretty cool. I like her.
Yeah, I like her a lot.
I feel it's
She's
kind
not
of
supernatural.
it's one of those things where I feel like this is one of those games where like everybody but the main character is super interesting. I mean, but at the same time, I do want to learn more about him. Like whenever I go to these springs, these hot springs, and it says reflect on whatever, I always pick on whatever has to do with him because I want to learn more about Jim, and I want to be interested in the character. But you know, Howie, what are your major gripes with the game?
A major grasp of the game, I think, would be the archer. Like, that shit is kind of annoying sometimes. Like, I learned how to deal with it, but it's still super annoying. Like, it's not like I'm not playing a fighting game. I shouldn't have to deal with this. But I mean, it's I guess I guess it's cool because it still gives you that feeling of that you can't really just like go dumb against these niggas.
Oh, you stacking cups?
Sound like somebody eating cereal.
It's like you stacking cups.
I'm gonna let y'all take. We have 2 more guesses.
You smacking on some beans right now.
Mm-hmm.
He wasn't pleased with that one.
Shit. But I haven't beaten the game. I'm nowhere close to beating the game. I just started Act 2.
I'm on Act 3, and you find out that the ghost has been in an entanglement.
This guy. But no, yeah, and to be honest, I don't plan on beating this game anytime soon. I'm having so much fun with all the side content and doing
Just
all of these.
experiencing the world, right?
Yeah, just experiencing the world, and I don't have anything in me that wants me to do like the main missions. I always want to, like in this game, I feel I want to clear everything out first and then go do the main missions last.
That's how I feel with certain games. That's how I feel with Spider-Man. That's why I never beat it.
Yo,
I enjoyed riding around the city
For like,
and stopping
it's been
crime.
like 3
Like-
years.
Yeah, I know. I lost my job. to play
this
it.
guy Kassan, yeah.
I
You
just
gotta- you gotta
I
believe-
enjoy like sitting around the city and then solving crime so much. It's like, I'm good. I just got
I
bored.
forgot about that. That was another great PS4 exclusive.
That's
Yeah.
why I never beat it.
So I gotta beat it. You bitch ass.
I should.
He won't. He didn't
That's
like it.
good.
I want to go back
It's
on
a good game, bro.
beating games. I want to go back to God of War, but probably not gonna do that.
Down Schmite.
Yeah, but no,
It's just as good. It's just as good as Ghost of Tsushima.
did you not beat God of War? You never beat that?
Hey, whoa! I never beat that game.
Oh, okay. I'm about to
That
say.
game I
Yeah,
that's that game a lot. That game was phenomenal. I
He
definitely
got 3 copies of it.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm down on that shit tonight.
Yeah, you need to beat that, yo. That's a great
You
game.
didn't beat it? You didn't beat it?
No.
You not beat
Uh,
it?
I bought it. I played it for like one night, and then it just
Only fire.
only for you. When I tell you to fall.
Boy.
Alright. But that's been us. That's been episode whatever the fuck of the Player Matchup podcast. I've been JJmondo, joined again this week by Howie, DTV, and Kassan.
You heard me?
We them boys.
Yeah. Time
Always
for
them
it. Let's
niggas.
go.
Cock and ball torture.
And we catch you later.
Caucasourus Ranger, go.
Peace. That nigga's gay as hell.